We're actually here,
I'm so excited to see this! Kayla, point to it. Finally found someone. What's going on, you guys? This is Gabe.
And Kayla.
And in this video, we are giving our review to the movie Finally Found Someone, featuring Sarah Geronimo and John Lloyd Cruz, Kayla.
Yes.
Before we start, we were super excited about this. Just all the months that we've been reacting. You know, a large portion of our reactions have been to Sarah Geronimo music videos, and we just I feel like we almost have a relationship with her. I mean, she expresses so much of her character, you know, in her performances and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of her performances from like really early on to more present day, and on her ASAP show. And yeah, I feel like it was, I don't know why it was so almost like surreal going to the theater. Like there's two theaters in, I don't know if it's Washington or
I think it was Washington,
closest to us, and one happened to be like close to us.
Right, one happened to be pretty close to us. So I mean, the first chance we got, I think this is like the second or third day of it showing, but we definitely had to check it out. We went to the theater, we got some, you know, popcorn, we did, you know, just have the whole experience and everything like that, and gotta have popcorn, and you know, we had somebody watch the kids, but we were super excited just walking into the theater. Like I didn't have that kind of like anticipation like build up like watching a movie in like a long time, you know?
I haven't either, which is crazy. Like I felt like we had all the backstory going into the movie. Like, oh, we're watching Sarah. Like,
I know.
We know her.
It's like, and it's like you get that feeling like the first time you see her on screen, because it's such like a different venue from what we usually see her. It's just like, you know, it's almost like you're star shocked, you know. But we see her so much. I mean, in the beginning, Kayla, like, what were your expectations, and then what did you think? Like, let's just kind of just say, starting out at the beginning, was it what you expected?
So I was really excited to see that there were subtitles and everything, and the first thing that I noticed, I mean, other than being like shell shocked that I saw Sarah Geronimo like on screen acting, I noticed that they actually spoke a lot of English. I don't know why I was so surprised. Like. Yeah.
I mean, English is pretty much
surprised.
Yeah, it's pretty much the second language in the Philippines, so it's kind of mixed in with the Tagalog.
I guess I knew that, but I don't know. I was like, I think the first time somebody said something in English, I was like, oh, okay, they're speaking English.
I don't have to read the subtitles. Yeah.
Gabe's like, yeah.
By the way, spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen the movie, you might want to shut this off. But
go see it and then come back.
Go see it and then come back for a movie review. But basically, the beginning, you know, Randy's her love interest, and Randy kind of leaves her at the altar, and it's funny because she's going through this is kind of what sucks me in is the funny part. She's kind of going through all these obstacles and everything, and you know, trying to find Randy, and you know, she gets a text from Randy saying that he's sorry, and it's kind of the build-up of you know, what's about to happen for the rest of the movie, what the plot's about. You know, I thought it was a good foundation to build off of, and you really got to see like Sarah really commit to her character. Like, it surprised me how good of an actress she was. Like,
me too.
She really sold it. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Were you? I mean, I know that she's a good singer, and I know she like plays to the crowd really well when she performs. Right. Like, she doesn't need to be a good actress. I didn't expect her to be.
Saying that, like, you know, watching actresses kind of try to translate, like American actresses or actors try to translate from a singing career to an acting career, like almost 100% of the time, it's terrible. Like, you can tell, like, it's a totally different role, and you know, you can tell they're kind of like forcing it. Yeah. But I mean, Sarah, it was like a seamless transition. She commits to her character as much on stage singing as she does in the big screen. So I mean, what were like some of your favorite characters, like kind of introduced in the beginning, and then going to like the arc of the story?
In the very beginning of the movie, Sarah Geronimo, and kind of the script of the movie, it was very dramatic. You know, like Sarah was like, she was just like freaking out that Randy wasn't there and just going like way over probably what like, you know, I would do if that were happening. I feel like, you know, it was just like very like exuberant, like, which, I mean, she was really hurt, and we learned later on that's just, she's really into love. You know?
Yes.
It was very relatable, and you grew to like really be connected with Sarah Geronimo's character, and you wanted to root for the relationship she was wanting, and the guy that she was wanting, and you just find yourself like really getting into the characters, and I was very pleased and very surprised at how much I could relate to it. It was just a very it was really good. I just really enjoyed it.
Yeah, for sure. Like, especially going like into the arc of the story where April, which is Sarah Geronimo's character, and I think Raffi, who's John Lloyd Cruz, like just watching their kind of relationship kind of develop. He's Raffi, you know, is a really like focused, like career centered character, and you know, Sarah is the complete opposite of that, and it's funny because you know Raffi's role, you know, hired by the mayor, is to, you know, try to get April to move on and everything like that, and you know, it's funny that how his character evolves, especially as he's falling more and more in love with April. It's like a total 180 shift, and like Sarah, I feel like pretty much keeps her character, like, you know, developing the relationship with Raffi. I think Raffi makes her realize that, you know, she was just chasing the idea of love with Randy, who's the, you know, who was the groom who kind of left her at the altar. But it's cool how they're at you know, one of their personalities is at one end of the spectrum, and the other one is at the other end of the spectrum, and they kind of like meet in the middle. And like you know, speaking about, you know, the story and how it progressed, I really liked Noah and his character, because, you know, talking about how April and Raffi evolved, like Noah's character was interesting, and I think especially in the beginning to the arc, it kind of helped the story evolve, because he kind of started out as like this like not confident, like student type role who, you know, was kind of just happy to be there, and then
So anybody that doesn't remember, Noah was like the understudy.
Noah was like that
he was training.
The understudy
that Raffi was training.
That Raffi was training. And Noah, like, you know, speaking on his character evolving, he, you know, starts out like what I said, he was just happy to be there, and then Raffi, you know, takes him under his wing, and, you know, towards the middle end of the storyline, he's like giving Raffi advice, and he's kind of like, you know, a rock, where and I just thought that was interesting of his character. I feel like in the beginning I liked that he was kind of like a secondary, like Robin to Batman, like Raffi, who's Batman. He's like, you know, kind of just doing whatever Raffi says. But I liked Noah's character, you know, and especially in that middle part. So
what do you think was your, like, the funniest part?
The funniest part, I for some reason I really liked the security guards. Like every scene they were in, you know, in the beginning when Noah's trying to get in and talk to April, and then the security guards are like, nope, you can't come in, and then Raffi comes in and like kind of uses his charm, and he kind of like woos the security guards. And I thought that was pretty hilarious.
All of the different parts of the movie, they just really drew me into whatever the emotion was they were trying to get across. They were very good at getting that message across. Like when there was a happy moment between April and Raffi, they're like everybody that was in the theater, they're like laughing and giggling, and like so cute.
Yeah.
And like anytime there was something that was, I don't know, like where they were laughing, you know, everybody was laughing.
Right.
And anytime that they were trying to portray like something like sad, or like somebody's feelings were hurt, like you can hear like the ladies like sniffling and crying and stuff like that. And like the sad parts, I just feel like it was very good at portraying the emotion, and not all movies, or at least American movies, like a lot of them don't do that. I don't feel like very well.
Right. Yeah. And I think going on top of that, like speaking of how they built up to the scene, to those parts that really resonated with the audience. I liked how everything kind of came full circle, like with even their inside jokes. Whenever Sarah and Raffi, talked about blah blah blah. Oh, no pressure. And it was kind of just sprinkled throughout the movie. And there's kind of a couple more things, just like dear future husband, dear future wife. I really liked that aspect of it, because it was like they were talking to somebody else, but they didn't know that they were talking to each other, and it was just a really, really cool concept that I haven't really seen in any other romantic comedies. So, and I also like how they made, like, whenever they texted, they popped the text up on the screen. It really like paints the picture. Like when Sarah and Raffi were texting each other, and Sarah wanted to send the text, and it was just the ... and Raffi was kind of just like waiting anxiously, and then it like disappears. Like that that really like builds the anticipation as a viewer. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I would have to say, and we probably won't talk about everything, because we want, just in case you haven't seen this, we don't want to we don't want to spoil it all. But this is probably a spoiler alert, but honestly my favorite part in the movie, where it was like the most like it just really turned, was when with the build. Obviously I like the part where they were baking and the build up, and with the cake, but I liked when they were writing to their dear future husband, dear future wife. And I really liked when Raffi was writing his card, and he was like, dear future wife, if I'm looking at, or if this is you, turn and look at me right now. And then within like 2 seconds, April looks at him, and I was just like, oh man, I was just like, oh, that was it. That part really won me over.
And then Gabe was like in tears for the rest of the movie, so it was kind of embarrassing.
That's right. We were sitting in the back, so nobody saw.
Something that I thought was interesting was there was definitely a couple of like, I don't know if they were cultural like things that I could see like in the movie that I could relate to like other Filipinos that I know.
Right, yeah.
But that are different from other Americans.
Right.
Like I feel like did you notice like the Tupperware?
Okay, yeah, but it's normal to me, so I didn't.
There was like every time there was a meal, they'd like Tupperware everything and give it out like in the movie, or like they would like give them a Tupperware of cookies, or like they like at the end of the party they'd be like Tupperwaring out stuff.
It don't get much more Filipino than that.
I never really saw that like until I met you. It's
a cultural thing.
Yeah, I just feel like it is like
every time we go to my mom's and she has extra food.
Okay, thanks, Mom.
Get your food.
We're always taking home like 5 Tupperwares.
We have all of her Tupperware.
Yeah.
I noticed, and me and Gabe noticed at the very end, we were like, oh, that was so sweet. And then we're like, wait, they did not actually kiss. Like, Sarah didn't actually kiss anybody the entire show, but you still got that feeling of, like, intense, like, emotion and intense, like, feeling and desire and stuff like that. But they didn't even kiss.
Right.
Like, does Sarah, like, I mean, does she sign something saying, I will not kiss anybody?
That was like a cliffhanger, because throughout the movie they're like, they're like this close, like three times, and especially at the end, you just feel like a kiss is coming, and then they're just like, it's on the cheek and it's on the forehead, and it's like in your head you're like, just kiss her on the lips or something, You just gotta commit, and I'm curious to know if that was because of Sarah, the actress, and or if it was part of the story of April and Raffi.
So you feel like that was a downside?
I just feel like you would have had more closure if they kissed, and it would have been like, happily ever after. But I don't know. Yeah, I
don't know. I felt like it was done so well that I didn't feel like, I felt like it was done really classy, and I got all the feelings without I didn't even need the kiss, and I was just surprised that I didn't need that.
You didn't need the kiss on the lips. You didn't need the kiss on the lips.
Saying,
would it have made it better if they kissed on the lips for you? Would it have made a difference?
It would have been like, yay, but
yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. That feeling.
It was like, oh, like.
Oh, they kissed her on the forehead.
Like
yeah.
You still got the gist. Yeah. You got that they were like solid. That they were probably gonna get married.
They were willing to wait, as I think quoted by April.
And I really feel like, and maybe this is just from seeing the movie because they're good actor and actress. Are they like a couple in real life?
I don't know. They are
freaking cute together.
They have really good chemistry for sure. They have really good chemistry. So I don't know. Leave in the comments below if they're a couple or after the movie or whatever. If they're taking. I don't even know if Sarah has a boyfriend, but we hear little about that. But the last thing I want to say about Sarah, and this kind of ties in with like all of our reactions to her, like she just commits. Like I'm convinced that she just so commits to whatever role that she has at that moment. Like if she's singing a Beyonce song, bam, she like turns into Beyonce, you know. And then like with all of her songs that she's covering, and like I feel like that's why she's such a good actress, is because she has like a special like talent or power or whatever to like commit to whatever she's doing and just like transform into that character. But I will say, like, I feel like this movie is the closest thing to Sarah's like actual personality based off of what we've heard. I feel like
not the crazy part in the beginning.
Not the crazy one, not the crazy bridezilla part, but like I feel like throughout the movie, and I could be wrong, who knows, but like I feel like that was the closest thing to Sarah the person, like just bubbly and like positive and stuff like that. I mean, what do you guys think? What do you think about that, Gil? I feel that's my feeling. So
I just like everything else that we've seen from her. I just feel like I know her on a different level now.
Right. Yeah. I agree.
So good job, Sarah.
Good job, Sarah.
We all feel relatable
to you. Even more fans than we were before. So
what is that called? We're
groupies.
We're
Kilig. Anyways, guys, we hope you enjoyed this movie review. We enjoyed watching the movie. Hopefully, she comes out with a sequel or something else like that. If you like kind of this style, leave in the comments below and tell us what other movies we should watch.
Yes, the songs that were played in the movie are going to be stuck in my head for like a solid week.
Super catchy.
They're songs that we've reacted to. We can probably actually put the links in to the songs from the movie down below, as well as our reactions to the previews for this movie. Mm-hmm. But don't forget to like this video, leave a comment if you have any other requests or suggestions for us, and don't forget to subscribe.
Go watch Finally Found Someone.
Bye.
See you next time.